Hey, so we're on a break right now. I hope you are too. It's wonderful where we are. I don't know if it's wonderful where they are. Anything.
Wonderful where I am.
It's wonderful where William is and where I am. So we thought we'd delve back into the archives because we got quite a back catalogue now, and some of the old ones maybe you haven't gone into. For example, this one, an episode provocatively titled The Many Uses of Urine. It comes from early 2019. I know it's one of your favourites, Will, right? You'd love to use a bit of urine.
I constantly think about using the waste.
The waste of the waste product.
Exactly.
But we get through a lot of good things there. People who drink it, or urophagia. People who use it to scry things, uromancy. It's one of my faves. I'm going to have a piddle and tell the future. Down to more prosaic things like washing your clothes in it and stuff. I'm not recommending any of these, of course. And finally, a little bit of a delve into the Bible of urine business, the Golden Fountain.
Oh, Jesus. We'll be back with fresh episodes at the end of January. Enjoy your break. Welcome to The Wholesome Show, the science-hugging podcast.
That is lovely.
Yeah, I thought I'd start there for you. For people who sit up the back of the classroom.
Where we ask all the stupid questions, so you don't have to. You probably didn't want to either.
Well, they might want to. I don't know.
I want to. You're gonna love it.
The Wholesome Show is me, Dr. Will Grant.
Me, Dr. Roderick Griffin Lambert's OBE. I'm still sticking with the OBE.
You can't do that. And we're joined today by...
Sam Vilkins, BSc.
Excellent to have you,
BSc.
Sam Vilkins, BSc. BSc M-Psychom.
Yeah.
Right?
Semi-PhD.
You can't,
It's not how it works.
but you can't put that after your name.
Can't you be half PhD?
You can be half PhD, but you don't put it after your name.
Pseudo PhD.
The Wholesome Show is brought to you by the Australian National Centre for the Public Awareness of Science at the Australian National University.
In Australia.
Yes. The nation's capital of Australia.
We are the capital of the nation's capital.
Yes.
And we'll bring you all your science communication needs from undergrad to PhD, a little bit beyond, a little consulting. And as we discussed in our last episode, we'll even come and do your weddings for you. Why would you have a band when you could have us talking?
Yeah.
I ask myself this all the time.
Maybe you want to ruin your wedding. Like, I'm sure people... There might be people sabotaging their weddings deliberately. They're like, okay, I want to get out of this wedding as quickly as I can, but I don't want to,
Honey, did you book a band? Oh, better. So much better.
I booked a podcast.
You're instead of the band, not, say, the priest.
No, the band.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have legitimate powers to do it, to celebrate a wedding.
I'm prepared to get them.
Me too. Like, if listener...
Jesus, let's do that.
If you want us to actually be your celebrant at the wedding,
Yep.
That would be great too.
I'm in. I'm free Sunday. Wedding will not be acknowledged, but it'll be fun to do it.
I don't know how quickly you can become a celebrant.
You actually, I did look into this a couple of years ago. And it takes quite a while. You got to do a course at
It depends with who,
with the government.
How you...
If you want to do, you can do weddings.
Like if you're going to be a Catholic
funerals.
wedding, it might take a bit longer.
Yeah. You've got to go
become
through other hazing rituals.
a Catholic wedder.
Yes, Catholic marriageist.
Yes.
But no, if you want to become a civil celebrant, you've got to do quite a long night school course and stuff.
Night school.
And I went, I won't do it anymore. I thought I just had to pay some money and get a certificate.
You can't just do it like do a webinar or something like that?
Oh, Max Webinar.
Yeah.
No, apparently not. I'm disappointed. But a buddy of mine did it. It's a good story.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's done any weddings though. But you can also do funerals, and I think funerals would be fascinating.
No. I look, weddings are fun, and the tolerance for people borfing is much higher than the tolerance for people borfing at a funeral.
I wouldn't borf, man. I'd be so good at it.
I get you would, but...
Stories. The stories at funerals are sometimes really interesting. Like, you got some person you don't know anything about, and suddenly you hear a story about them and you go, good God, who knew they invented planes?
Bring him back. He sounds awesome.
It was just some guy who worked at Kentucky Fried, but it turns out...
It'd be so hard for me not to make jokes like that.
I know.
Like, why'd he die? It's terrible.
This is shit.
What a waste.
I'm sure that's covered in the night course.
Hey,
It
Rod.
is. Yeah, it is.
Sam and I are here for a night course.
Yeah.
We're up the back of the class.
Yes, you are.
Educate us on something that's not a funeral.
Oh, no, this is not about death. This is about life.
Sweet.
The fuels of life. Because, there's a lot more to urine than you might think, Will.
Oh, God. Indeed.
Was this all your fears come at once?
No, I don't have fears, but except for this.
So the first known pregnancy test about 3,000 years ago were in ancient Egypt.
So I assume that this is pregnancy test a long time before it's showing.
Yeah. Not like, look at you, you can see it kicking.
Or before periods have been missed. So
yes.
Yeah.
So you got an ancient Egyptian lady going, I had a bit of a party last night. I wonder if I've got the baby in me.
Yeah, they had pregnancy tests back then?
So they'd get her to piss on barley or wheat seeds.
Okay.
And if the germs...
Just as a distraction? Or?
Yes. Keep doing this for a couple of weeks.
Can you hit the target? Or maybe they're sort of... they're sort of scattered in amongst themselves. Can you get the barley out of the wheat?
Hit the wheat again. I said just the barley. I never thought of it as a test of dexterity. That's awesome.
You see, the pregnant women, much more dexterous with their urine. Not confirmed. I don't know, listener.
God, this is only line 1 of 112 pages too. This is going to be great. So if the grains germinated, you had a positive result. So if you piss on wheat and it grows, you've got a baby in you.
Sweet.
How quickly does wheat
in seconds,
grow?
if you're pregnant, it just springs up before your
9
eyes.
months?
That's true. Look, the wheat grew. And you just gave birth. But I reckon also, depending on which seeds germinated, they could tell if it was a boy or a girl.
Nice.
I know, right? See? Piddle is already interesting.
I just want to know here for confirmation, does modern science confirm or disconfirm this story?
It's as if you can read through my piece of paper. Because apparently there are some modern studies that reckon they can correctly identify in 70 to 85% of pregnancies. Not necessarily gender, but at least...
What, using the wheat seeds? Are you serious?
Yeah.
70 to 80% is only a little bit above chance.
Yeah, a little bit. It hints up. We have a mathematician in the house. She's nodding.
Yeah.
She's nodding, yep.
80 is more than 50.
Yeah, no, but it's not
God,
50-50. I know
It's
that
true.
people are
True.
50, either pregnant or not, but the chance of being pregnant is probably a fair bit lower than 50-50.
So how pregnant are you? Well, piss on these seeds.
Listener, if you happen to be of the state of pregnancy,
Or semi-pregnancy.
or if you're wondering if you're on the cusp,
Get yourself some barley.
barley or wheat,
Yep, both.
both.
See which germinates, then you know if it's a little boy, girl, or a boy,
We
girl, boy.
would dearly, dearly love to know your results.
Yes, please
What do you do?
publicise.
I'm just a
Yeah.
researcher. I just need to know if it's useful.
And basically, we still use wheat to work out if people are pregnant now. We just measure for hormones and shit.
We do.
Yep.
We do.
So we've come a long way. And there's a whole story around pregnancy testing, which, I reckon it's going to come back one day, but not this episode. Because there's so much more about we that we need to get into first.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
You don't seem happy, Will.
No, I'm very happy. I have wondered long.
Those late nights where you clatter to the toilet with your prostate bulging going, I need to pee again. I wonder if this is good for anything else.
I got an idea.
We can use this. Surely we can use this. Turns out you can.
You can use it?
Oh, yeah.
Other than from getting rid of?
Yep. It's not just for evacuating.
Okay. Writing your name in snow?
Yep. Oh, I didn't get that one.
Oh, well, there's a use.
Stop the recording. We're going to start again.
Okay.
I forgot to write that down. So in the olden days, after ancient Egypt, but for recently, they could use it.
Historian. This man is a historian.
Yeah. I got a degree, not in history.
Okay.
Diagnosing and divining things.
Okay. Divining.
Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
different tasks.
Yeah. Diagnosing,
Yeah,
I get. Your wee comes out blue, you got a problem.
Yeah.
That's a diagnosis.
Your problem is it's called blue wee.
Yeah, exactly. But divining, isn't that finding water underground?
Not only. I don't think you
Oh,
use
but
pee for that.
That'd be good to watch.
Yeah.
If I pee there and there must, I don't know what
There's
you look
water
for.
there.
There's a river underground there.
Or there will be if I keep it this long enough. So apparently it was a crucial diagnostic tool in medieval times. Medieval folks had a urine wheel.
A urine wheel.
A urine wheel. So you could diagnose disease based on the colour, smell and taste of a person's urine.
Okay, so it's not like a water wheel where you've got to get this thing spinning.
Yep.
It's more just a chart.
That's more
It's
pressure,
It's
yeah.
a chart based on colour.
Get up here, muscle on up here, and if you can spin the wheel fast enough, you're probably okay.
So what you're going to do is push the stream of the river backwards.
Come here, champ. You missed out on taste. Interesting. Taste came into it. So the wheel had 20 colours ranging from, quote, white as well water and moving into ruddy as pure intense gold and ending at Black as very dark horn. How do you deliver that? I'm sorry, your urine is dark as very dark. Black as very dark horn. It does, doesn't it? The medievals did like their demons, though.
The curse of some kind.
You'd be looking like Satan's horns.
Exactly. Black as shit, really. It's terrible. You got poo coming out instead of wee. Analysing urine was the best way to determine whether a patient's four humours, blood, yellow and black bile, and phlegm.
Phlegm. So hang on, go through them again. There was the blood,
phlegm.
Phlegm.
Yep. Yellow and black bile.
Yellow and black bile. Two types of bile.
Both sound disgusting to me, but apparently you need them in balance, and I would agree. I wouldn't want an imbalance of biles. So you could use urine for that. In the late 1600s, an English physician called Thomas Willis described the urine of a diabetic as, quote, wonderfully sweet, as if it were imbued with honey or sugar.
My God, sir, you, sir, have a delicious urine.
Delicious urine. You're fucking sick.
I'm gonna need to be testing you regularly, please.
Actually, probably around breakfast, because this bottle is terrible. So you noticed it on the wheel? It was honey coloured.
Is this thing that all apothecaries or physicians or whatever they were back then did, or is just some of them liked it?
There's a long history in medicine of,
tasting.
Just giving things a go.
That's true. Suck it and see, or lick it and see.
But it's yeah, okay.
Yeah. So Willis, which I read as Wills to begin with because he coined the term Willis's disease, which is to do with diabetes mellitus.
You see, sir, you've got my disease.
Yeah, you've got the Wills sickness. But by the 16th and 17th centuries, the wheels have become so prolific because of the printing press. Damn you, Gutenberg. All sorts of people were using them, including unlicensed medical practitioners or quacks.
So the wheels were getting everywhere.
Misused.
So the Gutenberg, they churned out Bibles and
urine wheels.
Urine wheels.
How
you couldn't buy one without the other.
misuse
A urine
colour
wheel.
chart?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
What are you fucking up there?
Your urine's yellow. That's not yellow. Oh, fuck, yeah, purple?
You've not been trained in the colour chart. You see, it takes a long time to see one colour as another colour.
Association, sort of.
Yeah, I understand
AMA.
what we is, but colour's not so crash hot.
Yeah, no. Look,
Only we can manage the colour wheel. No one else could possibly.
It's a
You
cartel.
have to go to university for 8 years.
Trained long and hard before you can interpret these colours.
So the practice of uroscopy, which is using urine to analyse a patient's health, soon morphed into uromancy. I know.
Why didn't they keep it with the scientific version
Fuck
rather
that.
than
No. I can tell you whether your horse is going to win. Just piddle on my hands.
I thought they were going to use it for making spells, but I'll make your horse win.
Yes. Maybe they did. I didn't get to that part. But then we get to the arrival under this Euromantic title of piss prophets. Not my term. Surprising though that might seem.
No,
that's
indeed.
actually what they're called, piss prophets.
But are you pivoting to your next career step as a piss prophet?
Who says pivot? Why can't you do both? I got a lot of interests. I got irons in a lot of fires.
All your science communication needs and piss prophecy.
A little piss prophecy. So they did pregnancy tests and divining the sex of the munchkin and that sort of thing. But they'd also take omens from the urine's colour and taste. Fuck, what a job.
Again, I don't think it's necessarily an omen if your wee is coming out black.
No.
It's not a mystical omen. You're pretty sick here.
I think it's an omen that your job involves tasting people's piddle, though. That's an omen of get a new job. It'd be horrible. Most commonly, piss prophets read the bubbles seconds after it hit the divination bowl. So you read the bubbles, and a little example of this.
Do you need to be there, Doc? No, I've got to read your bubbles.
Just a moment.
Get it straight into the pot. I got to read your bubbles.
Piss in my bowl. The presence of large bubbles spread far apart might signify the urinator was about to come into a lot of money. Or I'm going to say pissed from a great height. But,
Large bubbles far apart.
Yep.
Come into great money.
Yep. Give it a go now.
Listen
we can
up.
wait. Let's see how rich you're going to be.
Don't take photographs of if you have large bubbles. Just let us know.
No, take photos. Put them on Wholesome AF, oopsie, Facebook group. Conversely, the presence of small bubbles packed tightly together signified illness, loss, or the death of a loved one. Can you imagine that?
Coming up, or you've already had the death.
They're not clear.
So is this being done? Just paint a picture. Is this?
You want me to paint a picture?
Is this still a doctor's office, or are you walking into like Oracle at Delphi?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go more down the quack end of town than the doctor end of town. Although to be fair, hard to tell. Yeah, leeches in jars and bits of animals that have been dried and then remoistened for your consumption.
I think that's how it worked. That's the doctors, not the freaks. But there are heaps of medicinal uses in Europe. I've got a couple of sources that I've munged together because I just love them. Are you ready? Oh, what a great list. This made me so happy. So useful substances can be found in human as well as animal urine. Human urine has strengthening and curative characteristics concerning many deficiencies.
Now this is from whatever, the 16th and 17th century?
So predominantly we're looking around 1750.
Okay.
These sort of information. From deep, dark Europe, Germany. The Germans loved weird fucking medicine. I mean, homeopathy came from there.
I don't think they were unique at the time. I think
How dare you? Are you saying the Germans are not unique?
they can be as unique as they want. I'm just
We
saying
fought wars over
there
this.
was probably a lot of people who had interesting ideas about medicine in 1750 or 750 or whatever.
I'm going to give you some interesting ideas about medicine.
Okay, give me up.
One example, a mixture of potato and sulfur powder mixed with heated old urine helps hair loss.
Old urine.
Now, I would read that as, it'd make me lose my hair too, but they mean it helps you remediate hair loss. You should rub this mixture into the scalp. It can slow down the loss of hair. Bullshit.
You've tried that one?
Hell yeah. No, I'm not bald yet. Eyes and ears. There's a bunch on eyes and ears. One can best heal injuries to the eyes with honey dissolved in the lightly boiled urine from a young man. What? How often, Doc? One should wash the eyes as often as possible with this fluid. Like, you walk around with cups of old young man boiled urine.
With honey in it.
And honey.
Yeah, honey's going to be gross enough as it is. I don't want honey in my eyes.
Yeah, that's my concern.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it is.
It wouldn't be
You
good.
don't want honey.
No, you don't. You don't. Wash your ears with it warmed.
Oh, God.
And it's good against deafness, noises, and most other ailments in the ears. The shit we could learn. I mean, Big Pharma, they've fooled us. Wash your eyes with your own water, and it cures sore eyes and clears and strengthens the sight. Piss in your eyes, you don't need glasses, Sam.
Oh, that's where I went wrong.
No,
There you
same.
go.
I aim, but I keep hitting my stomach. Trembling hands and knees can be helped by washing and rubbing one's own warm urine into the skin directly after one has urinated. So if you've got trembling hands or knees...
So this is not a heating things up scenario. This is just use it fresh.
I'm thinking fresh, yeah. So can you piddle on your own knee or your own hands? You probably can. Boys. Ladies, I don't know. We'll go back to the wheat and barley practice. Wash and rub your hands with it, and it takes away numbness, chaps and sores, and makes the joints limber.
But gross. Like limber takes away the soreness, maybe.
Gross isn't mentioned.
Yeah, okay. I guess everything was gross back then, so...
Everyone's living in filth. I
Yeah.
mean,
No, there's one. Wash any green wound with it, and it is an extraordinary good thing.
Okay. I just want to say green wounds.
Yeah.
You should do something before they get to the green wound stage.
Yeah. When you're getting to suppurating, I'm thinking, sure, piss on it. Why not? It's 1700s, and you've got a
they
lethal
can't even
disease.
say what exactly it will do.
No,
It'll
but
just
it's
be
extraordinarily good. Wash any part that itches, and it takes the itch away. Good for what ails you. One of my faves, wash the fundament, and it is good against piles and other sores.
Where is your fundament? I always assume...
You know what a pile is?
Yeah, it's in there
Wild
somewhere.
guess.
So piles, for you youthful listeners, are hemorrhoids.
No, I get that.
So wash your butthole with
Okay.
wee-wee.
So that's your fundament. So it's not further inside like you...
It doesn't say how deep to go. It just says wash. It doesn't say like an inch in or 4 inches. Maybe it's just around the edge.
That's a hard one to do with your own wee.
Rim the fundament with your own urine.
That's a very tricky one. Like that one is kind of easier to get someone to help, I think.
Sweetheart, I need a bit of hand here. I don't want to make it weird. Use mine. The urine, I mean. But let's get real. All kinds of throat inflammation can be helped by gargling with urine, to which a bit of saffron has been added.
It takes the edge off. Takes the sting out of the flavour.
In the
Are you
beginning
allowed
stages
to
of
add herbs and
Oh, well, look, it doesn't go into
Spices?
that. I don't think you want to diminish the effect of God's liquids. In the beginning stages of dropsy, which for those of you who want, I love the name dropsy. He's got dropsy. I never knew what it meant. So
It's
I
a
looked it
Scottish
up.
disease, isn't it?
Yes.
Like it's a disease of
You've
the
got
vapours.
Scottish. No, apparently it's a condition characterised by an excess of watery fluid collecting in the cavities or tissues of the body.
Oh, you got water on the cavity.
Yeah, I know. I got cavity waters.
That's what we call it now. They had a better name for it.
We call it edema.
Oh,
Edema, spelled
Yeah.
Latin style, edema. So in the beginning stages of this edema or dropsy, one should drink one's own morning urine on an empty stomach for a prolonged period of time. This also helps against jaundice.
Not your afternoon urine.
For a prolonged period in terms of you're there for hours?
You're sipping it.
Or for months?
This is a sipping kind of thing, and keep it good, both long.
Do not forget to savour.
You can't just gulp this medicine down. This is not a get rid of it quickly because of the taste. You got to enjoy this stuff.
Every mouthful, sipped, strained between the teeth. Like that. A universal and excellent remedy for all distempers inward and outward. Drink your own water in the morning, 9 days together, and it cures scurvy.
See, this is the thing. When you get these ancient old-timey doctors who have gone, okay, I've got a cure, and it remedies everything. They're not even being specific. They're just, any condition you've got, come to me. I've got the magical treatment. It's
your piddle.
It's your, yeah.
What I like, this one is scurvy, and it also makes the body lightsome and cheerful.
Well, who doesn't want that?
Somehow it replaces vitamin C.
Yeah.
And makes you just feel generally more buoyant, maybe like you're in 0.8 gravity or something. I don't know. So, so you think that's old school?
I do.
Yeah. Well, let me bring you to the word of the week. And that's urophagia. The opening line from Wikipedia. Oh, I love this description. It's the consumption of urine. Urine was used in several ancient cultures for various health, healing, and cosmetic purposes. What the fuck, cosmetic purposes? Urine drinking is still practiced today, and I'm going to confirm that in a moment. I've got this jar here.
Really? These beers have been spiked?
Yeah, this jar I have under the table. It's still practiced today, though there is no proven health benefit to it. No, I don't think so, mate. In extreme cases, people drink urine if no other potable fluid is available.
Look, okay, I get that one. That is about the most legitimate
I think so too.
reason for it.
Numerous credible sources, including the US Army Field Manual, advise against it. I don't need that manual to be advised against it.
Look, if you're running out of water and you actually have some urine coming out.
You've only got your own.
Good
enough for Bear Grylls. He drank it out of a dead snake skin or something.
If there's like two or three of you, do you swap or do you use your own or do you pool?
Are you friends or
I don't know.
recently met?
Mix together. I don't know the etiquette on this.
No, neither do I. The definition of urophagia ends with urine is also consumed as a sexual activity.
Okay.
I know.
Okay, fair enough.
We're not going to get into that. I'm just mentioning it because, it would be remiss of me not to give listeners all the information.
Very good of you.
So let's go to my new favourite book.
They wrote a whole book on this?
Oh, my God. The Golden Fountain.
Oh, dear.
The Complete Guide to Urine Therapy. It was written in the 90s.
Urine therapy. Why are they making jokes about that?
This isn't a smart business move. Usually when you hear about cure-alls, it's because you own it and you're selling it.
Yeah.
It's like a vitamin.
Yeah.
People have their own urine.
Yes.
You can't charge markup on that.
No, but cults make a lot of money.
All right.
Are there, just building on Sam's idea, are there any entrepreneurs out there who've said, no, it's not your own urine, it's
got to be ours.
My special urine.
Yeah.
I have the magical.
I have the golden
Surely some of the
wee-wee.
billionaires are one bad weekend away from this idea.
Look, I kind of think that
Yes.
we're a couple of days away from celebrities selling their feces. You know, the fecal transplant stuff. A lot of legit science in that.
They're already selling the blood of the youth.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm okay with that, though.
But a lot of these fecal transplants, they actually change people's body shape, change their mental happiness and stuff like that.
So, like, if I ate Brad Pitt's poo...
Well, you choose someone happy and good looking.
He looks happy.
I don't know if he is. I think
He's
he's
good looking.
I think. Well, yes, that's true.
Come on.
That's true. Okay,
He's
so
got nine abs.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, go and try Brad Pitt's poo, and it might help.
Maybe ask permission.
Just a sample. Next to the jar I have under the table. So this book, right, The Golden Fountain, was written by Koen van der Kroon,
No,
Dutch bloke.
Okay.
It was hard to find a good biography of
When
him.
was it written?
94 was published first published. There's more than one edition.
Well, you got to update these things as new things come to hand.
Update these things.
Yes.
So finding his biography was tricky. So I found one on the Soul Institute homepage because, I check it every week in case there's updates. He was born in Utrecht in the Netherlands in 1962. He has an academic background in Greek and Latin languages and culture. His MA thesis, much like mine, was on ancient Greek gynecology with a comparison between Hippocratic and Ayurvedic medicine.
Okay.
I mean, really, that's been done to death, though, It was the start of his interest in the study of Ayurveda, that Indian medical stuff, and he's a guest teacher at the Ayurveda at Seoul Institute. He's dedicated his life to understanding the Indian health science of Ayurveda.
Okay.
It has been his mission to clarify the ancient Eastern advice for disease prevention and day-to-day health and well-being so the implications can be understood by the modern Western mind, aka us.
Okay.
It also goes on to say he's making this happen through his writing for magazines and books, including an international bestseller, but they amusingly don't name that international bestseller on the site. And his teaching is centred around the Academy of Ayurvedic Studies in the Netherlands, which he founded in 2005. So that's the best biography I could find of him. He's got an MA in ancient gynecology and comparative medicine-y things. So, better though. Get ready, get comfy. The overview for the Golden Fountain, the complete guide to urine therapy. Get a copy if you don't have one already. You probably do, right? Urine therapy. The drinking and external application of one's own urine as a healing agent is an ancient Eastern tradition which is gaining popularity in the West. Should it, though? Devotees, who include the actress Sarah Miles, claim that it is the oldest of natural remedies and swear by its health-enhancing properties. Yeah, I don't know who she is either.
And is that the best name they could get?
Yeah, apparently. But in case
Surely
you...
Gwyneth Paltrow would be into
Surely
this.
you could pay a celebrity.
No, but...
How much would you need to be paid for?
No, Sarah Miles.
to endorse this. Like, I get if the health benefits are awesome, maybe you don't need to be paid.
I'll do it for $100.
Really?
Yeah, I'll endorse for $100.
I will literally. Here we go. I've got $100 that will go towards that.
My name is Dr. Roderick Griffin Lamberts, and I endorse this product
He's
and
been
or
doing it
service.
already.
Yeah, I don't mind.
This is a sponsored episode.
Okay, I'm going to need some YouTube videos. I'm going to need some tweets. I'm going to need.
Oh, we're going to get to that. So Sarah Miles, you may mock her, but she, was nominated for a Golden Globe for her role in The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea in 1976. So come on, that's Sarah.
More than me.
Yeah, a lot more
That's
than me.
true, nominated.
0 Golden Globe nominations.
But she's
around this
apparently on the record in 2012 for saying she'd been drinking her own urine for over 30 years and she feels it improves her health in a variety of ways. So she's the endorsement, as we have already discussed. Who the fuck is she?
But once you're 25 years in, you're not quitting then. Like it's
No, you're in for the long haul.
you've had a few goes. You keep going. You might as well see if these benefits do work.
What if you stop and everything goes backwards? Suddenly your skin sags, your brain falls out, you can't walk anymore, and then one of your eyes stops working. I mean, that's likely.
That would be because you stopped drinking the urine.
Mixed with a young man's boiled honey. Oh no, the honey with the boiled urine. So the overview goes on. The venerable former Prime Minister of India, Morarji Desai, who was 99 and in excellent health when the author met him in 94, was open about the fact that he drank a glassful of his own urine every day.
Oh,
Yes.
glass.
Yeah, a glass.
decorum.
I know.
Wine glass,
no.
brandy snifter.
Pint.
Every image I've seen, not of him but of others, they're not taking shots. They're having a good go of it. Like, they're making sure they know the urine's in them. It was while the author was in India that he was first given the opportunity to experience the therapy's healing benefits firsthand following an accident. Accident is unspecified.
Okay.
I assume he just peed himself and didn't know what else to
Fell
do with
over.
it.
That kind of accident.
Just covering for it.
He had a toddler accident.
Like, whoopsie, you better drink this. Oh, I feel good.
God, a list of other prime ministers or presidents who one would like to drink their own
Drink their
wee.
pee.
Yeah, there you go.
Trump looks like he drinks pee.
He's got a certain golden countenance.
Doesn't he? A hue.
Certain
On the urine wheel,
certain
he'd be down the honey
overboiled.
end.
Yeah, I think it does look like he's been circulating the urea a little bit too much. So.
Oh. It's definitely got into his brain.
Weird saying.
I know. Apparently, The Golden Fountain is the most complete book to date on urine therapy, and it's a result of wide-ranging investigations after this guy travelled the globe, looking into the history, uses, and efficacy of it. He tackles his subject with sensitivity and conviction, you'll be relieved to know. He provides a comprehensive overview of urine therapy's history throughout the world, together with detailed case histories and a user-friendly guide to its practical application.
Good.
How good's that? Swami Pragyamurti Saraswati is a strong advocate of urine therapy. He teaches in London, and he's written an authoritative foreword to the book. Blah, blah, blah. As an intriguing do-it-yourself home treatment, urine therapy is often the subject of lively debate. No shit. But there's one thing everyone agrees upon. It's absolutely free.
Well, yes.
It's very hard to argue with that.
It really
Simple
is.
and
I've
really
never been
free.
charged for my own wee.
I'm just loving the list of pros and cons for any medicine.
Yeah.
But this one, you got pros and cons, like free. So
have to pay for it.
might as well use it.
Got to be good for you. I made it for free. So the foreword by Swami Pragyamurti Saraswati, it's worth hearing a little bit about that. Are you getting comfortable?
I'm comfortable.
When I was first asked to write the foreword to this book, I was delighted. Delighted just to be asked and delighted to be able to contribute something to a subject which has been very dear to my heart and an important part of my life for some years. You choose what's important to you.
Do they feel really laughed at, or are they really fine with that?
I can't tell. Wait till we get onto some social media.
Do we
Yeah,
know
okay.
how many people are doing this?
409.
How many people I
more
know?
more than one.
Yeah.
Seeing as we've heard about a couple here, less than 7 billion. I'm just going to say.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Because, not me. I
Also, no.
Yeah, no, me neither.
just to put on the record.
I'm going to run with, look, never even been tempted. In fact, have I thought about it? No.
I have thought about my strategies for
Survival.
surviving in the desert.
Yes.
And so yes. But other than that,
Yeah, and mine includes taking water with me.
yeah.
Finding an oasis. I've seen what happens in old
I'll-
ads.
I'll
Not
use
being in the desert.
Ooh,
There's
good
that.
one.
I'll
Yeah.
use my wee for divination.
Yeah, divine wee wee.
I'll do that first.
So the Swami goes on. He sat down and read the manuscript of this book and realised it's probably the most complete book on urine therapy to be published. Therefore, there was virtually nothing for me to add. And he goes on to be very complimentary about the painstaking research done by the author. Which, anyway, he says, as a student and teacher of yoga, he first came across Amaroli, which is the traditional technique used by ancient yogis of repurposing one's piddle.
Technique. Can I just...
It's not
How
just for drinking.
complicated?
Yeah. It doesn't
is
sound very
this?
complicated. I get, put
Yeah.
it on your
I'm
kneecaps.
not an expert.
No,
No.
But how
but you will be.
complicated could it be?
No, you
Another
see...
30 minutes, you're going to be expert.
Look there, you put it on wrong. Can't you see?
Yeah.
There's a special...
You rub your piss counterclockwise on the left knee, clockwise on the right knee. Pay attention, man.
You need my special applicator.
You do.
That's what they should
That's
do.
it.
Is an applicator.
Instruments and
The urine spray
accoutrement.
gun. Oh, it would work. But they also use it for spiritual purposes, not just
Of course.
curative. And I don't know how that happens either. So he says, yes, it's advised as sadhanas or spiritual practice, and rather than a therapy or a cure for various ailments. So apparently first it was spiritual, and I'm not seeing it. But he goes on, I must confess, my first flirtation with it was short and not very sweet.
Just a word choice.
Yeah, allow your mind to boggle for a moment. Just roll around in it. Short, not very sweet. I love flirtation.
Yeah.
I'm going to flirt with drinking a little bit of my wee-wee. But about 8 years ago, this is in 94, the subject reappeared and I started again, this time without any doubts or hesitation. He's confident. And yes, it works. He goes on, I apply fresh urine daily all over my skin and I also drink it 2 or 3 times a day. Who hasn't been through that?
Are these people that leave the house, or
He's a Swami. He
stay-
teaches people stuff.
Okay,
They come
fair
to
enough.
him.
But I just wonder if you go to work and you have like a little glass on your desk, like in your shared
That'd be
open
awesome.
plan office.
Like, why do you want to move away from Keith? He's drinking his piss. Like, no, calm down. Imagine the HR meeting.
But why?
You're drinking your piss, Keith.
But why do you have a problem with Keith's urine drinking?
Yeah, don't be piss shaming.
Is this about you?
Yeah.
I think you've got the problem here.
Piss drinking shamer. Fucking asshole. You can't work here. You're a racist. I have also experimented with only taking it once a day and with drinking the entire day's supply according to my instinctive feelings about my needs. The first benefits I noticed concerned my skin. When it makes you hallucinate and you just think everything's awesome, it greatly increased my energy. That first winter I didn't get a single cold, whereas in the past I had spent months coughing and sniffing. Balls. This led me to think that the urine must be having a positive effect on my immune system, and I continued to experiment with my consumption of, quote, the golden nectar.
Why do they need such horrible euphemisms? Like,
Golden nectar. By drinking your own urine, thought by many to be disgusting, and if you're HIV positive,
to be
then
acknowledged.
lethal as well.
oh come on, calm down. You can't get HIV from yourself. Like you've got it. Like
But
that's
it's fair, it's not going to take it away either, is it? You know, like-
No, I get it. Well, maybe it might. I don't know, but
well, some claim it does.
okay. I've just got to say that is not the number one reason I had thought for not drinking your own
Oh,
urine.
true. Though maybe don't in the desert take
might-
everyone else's urine.
I might catch
You don't
AIDS
know
from
what
myself.
they've got.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, fair enough. I'm
But
drinking.
look, these were simpler times. HIV was much scarier than it is now. Apparently, though, by drinking your own urine, a miraculous transformation takes place. I'm thinking throwing up for an hour would be fairly miraculous too. Your attitude to yourself changes. You start to really care for yourself and to love yourself.
No.
Don't you want to love yourself, Sam?
It's not
so
worth it.
easy.
It's
It's-
technically,
you don't-
it's guaranteed not
You
worth
don't
it.
even have to buy anything. The secret to loving yourself is in your hands.
I'm surprised here. I thought self-loathing would have been the response, but anyway.
It's true, isn't it? What are we doing? Drinking my pee.
Well, look. I think.
No, I think you've got to be in a certain place of self-confidence to be drinking your own pee.
All of the people that you're talking have that self-confidence. They seem pretty happy with themselves. So your sample here, they're
like
very
I say,
positive.
wait till we get to some social media.
Okay.
You want confidence? Holy fuck.
No, I don't.
We're not there yet. This is the first vital step towards self-healing in the fullest sense of the term. I don't know what that means, but it sounds important. The practice of Amaroli will continue to spread through word of mouth and with the help of excellent books such as this. So I wish you a lot of pleasure and inspiration reading this book. I definitely got that. After all, there's no money to be made from these people who manufacture their own medication, particularly to the needs of their
That's
body
why
and
it's
spirit.
driving me mad.
Yeah, no
I'd love
money.
it if at the end it was, they're making money off it. That's fine.
The book's selling well.
They're crazy. They just want to make money. Otherwise, why are they all doing it?
This is so much better, though. This is so much better. They're actually weird. They're not on the take.
And I do like the idea that, it's free, so we're not assholes about this. This is real.
no.
It's got to be real because we're not charging. I'm not going to charge you to drink your own pee.
Thank God.
I allow you to do this for free. In fact, I'll probably give you $5.
But this is
I'll
the
give you
thing.
$5 if you do it.
But snake oil salesmen, like the traditional snake oil salesman selling
Snake oil ain't free.
Yeah, I know, but exactly.
Yeah.
Fake medicine, they're profiting off people's paranoia and desire for help, all of that. But they're making money off it.
Yeah.
Whereas these people, they believe in it and not making money. So I think they're much nicer.
Celebrities are paying more and more money, and they throw money at the problem of their skin and everything else.
Yeah.
They get told, you can just at home for free.
Yeah.
Just like,
Piss in a bowl and lap it up, dude. You're going to feel
why
better.
a bowl?
Why not a bowl?
It's got to be some sort of catching receptacle. Like if it goes in the
Do you
toilet.
often drink out of a bowl?
With wee, I
Like a
do.
dog.
I get a
But
lot
you're
of
not going to
pressure
get
off.
it in the toilet. Like if it goes in the toilet, then that's going away from you. You've got to do a catching.
And I want to see the bubbles. I want to know if I'm going to be
Large
rich or
funnel.
someone's died. You got to do that in a bowl. You can't do that in a
Like
shot glass.
Or a Ziploc bag or something like that, so
good
you can
call.
seal it for later.
Recycle it. So some of the chapter headings I quite enjoyed. Getting the taste, an introduction to urine therapy. The water of life, the history of urine therapy in the West. Nectar of immortality, the history of urine therapy in the East. Going with the flow, the application of urine therapy. And I'm going to get back to one small section called the first sip. Because
I get it. I get it.
Can you not read that?
Look, they know that there is
know.
a little bit of a hurdle to get over here to convert someone.
yeah, they're very aware.
Quite a big hurdle.
They're very aware. A natural pharmacy, medical and scientific aspects of urine therapy. Now, you can't see my air quotes at home. I read through some of the medical and scientific aspects of urine therapy, and they've definitely been written down.
You're not saying peer-reviewed here?
Look, peer-reviewed? A source of inspiration, personal experiences with urine therapy. Those are fun reading. So the introduction. We all know that drinking urine is healthy and strengthening. So you guys knew that.
It's a bold start.
Look,
Isn't it? Like they're starting
They're
hard.
talking to their community. They're not attempting to get people on the outside here.
I read that. I wasn't part of their community.
All right, now you are.
Yet most of us have forgotten
I'm
this.
getting here.
Apparently most of us have forgotten that it's healthy and strengthening. After all,
They're trying to say that it's sort of ancient and natural.
Yep.
What I think is more
Yep.
natural
Is
is
not
urine
drinking.
going very far away from me.
Yes.
Yeah.
In
Yes.
fact, being
Yeah.
expelled.
yeah, and a large
As a
majority
waste
of the human
product.
Look at
population
you.
agree with
You're
you.
just too modern. Like, not in touch with the natural world
It's a common
anymore.
criticism.
Yeah, fucking modern. And I got to say, as a long-time owner of dogs, I've seen them eat their own poo, but I've never seen them run for the wee-wee. Like ever. I've never seen a dog go,
Yeah,
you having
but-
a wee? Can I get a bit of that
But
action?
it's
I've
kind
never
of
seen
like
that.
they love a sniff, though.
Oh, they love a sniff.
And their sniffing
They're
is
divining
very
the
powerful.
future, though. They're divining the future. You can tell a lot about
It's
a
kind
person's
of hard to lap up.
personality.
I mean, they usually goes into a bush, and it's kind of hard to eat wee out of a bush. Like, guaranteed, I think in the fountain of the golden
that could be
fountain.
the name of your biography. It's
Chap-
kind of hard to eat wee out of a bush.
Kind of. It's possible.
Chapter 1 in the instructions is don't wee into a bush because it's really hard to get
if
out
it was
again.
natural to get it back, I don't think dogs would be letting it all go.
And you'd think we'd be wired differently too. Like your output would be closer to your input, wouldn't
Or
you?
maybe you
I'd
wouldn't even
probably
have
feel
an
less
output.
disgusted by the concept.
If you peed near your mouth. Look, we differ on that. I don't want to stop you though. You should be all you can be.
You should write to evolution. We're going to get a new body design that's.
Dear
Don't-
evolution.
Don't believe that core premise.
I've discovered a flaw in your system. We pee too far from our mouths. Dear Darwin. Or Darwin's ghost. After all, he goes
There's got to
on.
be an animal that does, though. There's got to be some animal, like the starfish or something like that. I'm going to look that up later.
Do.
Listener, if you find it.
Starfish immortal, so,
There is an immortal jellyfish.
True, maybe.
Yeah, only one, though.
Yeah, well, no, there's a species of immortal jellyfish.
Are you sure it's not the same jellyfish?
I
Yes.
don't know. I mean,
Yes. There goes that question.
It's easier.
but I get this weird feeling that there are species that get rid of the waste products from the mouth area. So
Yeah. You got to have only one hole for everything. It's efficient. Not good for foodies.
no, not at all. But I don't think these
Today
species.
he also shits out of his mouth. When you get him to taste this,
I don't think there are good housekeeping magazines for these species. I don't think they're.
what's it taste like? Poo.
Everything's the same.
I really don't like
Taste
this.
bud. We got rid of taste buds billions of years ago. They were terrible.
Thank Christ for that.
Terrible idea.
So we've forgotten that urine is healthy and strengthening. After all, we have all done it for 9 months.
What?
Hold up.
Oh.
This is where I love the logic starts to start rolling really nicely. Before it is born, every child floats in amniotic fluid, which consists primarily of urine from the fetus and stimulates our growth.
I'm going to just say here, I am not a fetus scientist. I don't think that's true.
But you could be.
I don't think that's true.
That amniotic fluid is basically wee-wee.
I don't think it's true.
Yeah, I'm going to
Is
run
it
with
against the ethos of this podcast for me to check these facts live?
I think check
No,
it because
go
I
ahead.
would like to know this, but my belief is that the blood circulates back into the mother.
Surely it's
and
not
it's cleaned by
that
her
great
kidneys
to
and
just have a
becomes.
sort of...
Look, I didn't sit down and fact check this because where's the fun in that? We'll get to some fact checking later. We drink this fluid and then we urinate, yes. We breathe it in and in doing so, our lungs grow and develop. It's the causation.
Hang on, our lungs. We're breathing in
By
the,
breathing
in
our pee in the womb.
Amniotic fluid creates urine,
that sounds for the mother, not for.
If you drink it,
but that's... The rest is very complicated. I don't understand anything about
look, I'll give you
biology.
25 minutes to read all of it and then you just got to stop.
Then I got to catch up with what you're saying.
Not out loud. It's going to make for great listening.
It just says it creates urine. That's all we've got.
Good to have you on research. We drink this fluid and then we urinate. We breathe it in, and in doing so, our lungs grow and develop. We are born, and suddenly we consider it to be dirty, and so we stop.
There's a lot about living inside a womb that I wouldn't want to do now.
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
I agree.
We kind of give that up, like guaranteed.
Like breathing air, I'm into that. I don't want to go back to breathing liquid.
Are there any of these advocates who, aside from rubbing it into your skin, your hair,
Yeah.
drinking it, are there any people saying that we should breathe it into our lungs? Because
Oh no, I didn't find that, but they've got to be out there.
drowning in wee?
Well, you just spray, you just spritz it. Good for the alveoli.
Oh my God.
That's part of the lungs, mathematician, just in case you weren't sure.
Thank you.
I know. Did you do biological mathematicians?
No,
Oh, there you go. So that's inside the lungs.
it was too hard.
I know, I get that. Biology, because you got to remember it. Maths you can work out. Yeah, I get it. Nevertheless, why do we stop? Nevertheless, I and many others have begun again. We get that. I start every day by drinking a glass of morning urine.
Maybe that's a mental thing, knowing that
Certainly
the day
mental.
can't get worse.
Oh, it could be. How's your day? Well, I've already drunk piss. So
Starting at the bottom.
yeah, it's going to be fine. Because it is healthy is my answer to the regular people who ask, why? Love the wording.
I don't feel that asking them questions is actually going to get to the bottom of this.
To the haters.
Yeah.
It you've seen Dodgeball, yeah?
No.
You haven't seen the movie Dodgeball?
I have.
So there's a coach in it called Patches O'Houlihan who basically lines up these guys who are trying to get better at dodgeball with a big basket of wrenches of spanners and just chucks it at them.
Okay.
And they're all getting beaten to death by this thing. And someone goes, is that necessary? And he goes, necessary? Is it necessary for me to drink my own urine? No, but I do it anyway because it's sterile and I like the taste. So whenever I hear about necessary in urine, I think of Patches O'Houlihan.
Okay.
Moving on. At first, most people think I'm joking. This is the author again. It's a big commitment to a joke. We have all been taught that urine is dirty. How could urine be healthy, let alone help cure illness? It's a good question.
Are there conspiracy theories? They're like, what is the reason we've been taught that
The
urine-
state is holding us back.
Well, I don't think you're wrong.
like
His
big-
next
big
sentence,
water,
his
big
next
milk?
sentence, well, not everything we have learned is based on the truth.
Oh my God, here we go.
Make you think. Urine is not dirty, categorically. In fact, we can safely drink it and rub it onto our skin. This assertion raises many questions.
That's true of many things.
Yes.
And I like it. It raises many questions, and rightly so.
I just, the whole principle
Playing
of
both sides here.
our body is deliberately getting rid of something.
Yeah, I believe they are. It is. We do. Urine also contains life. It's a liquid full of energy, full of life, a fluid that supports and strengthens the life force already present
So is mold.
and regenerates lost life force.
Okay, well,
Yes, so is
we're down
mold.
to life force, which is,
Yep.
I wouldn't say is a scientific concept.
Lest you think he's a madman,
Yes.
he goes on to say, however, urine is not a miracle drug. He's not fucking crazy.
Isn't one of these chapters called immortality?
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, he's covered in the introduction. So
that
we
was
can't
more a
doubt him.
metaphorical immortality. I
Yeah,
think.
not really.
You know,
I don't think so.
We're
He's
not claiming
dead.
too much here.
He's still alive.
Well, who was it? The Prime Minister, Desai. He lived to 99.
99.
That's quite a good innings.
And it was because of pee.
And in fact, we don't know he had died at that point. He was just in an interview then. So
Exactly. He's probably still going now, 25 years later. So he admits it's not a miracle drug. As mentioned above, health is also dependent upon other factors. Nourishment, surroundings, and emotional and mental hygiene.
you've got to eat other food. Like,
Yeah.
don't forget to keep eating other food. You'll be.
The list is basically, as health is also dependent on everything other than piddle. Everything.
Are these people just drinking it, or are they
Not only.
throwing it into broth?
And I don't know about recipes. There isn't a section on that, but maybe the next edition.
I'm guessing cooking it probably takes some of the goodness out of it.
Oh, yeah, cooking's evil.
Like, this is a freshness thing.
Unfortunate.
They're probably raw. Yeah, they don't like it pasteurized.
The raw urine movement.
Don't pasteurize your urine.
Yeah, you freaks. So what does urine consist of? Now work on the maths with me. 95% of urine is water.
Okay.
2% consists of urea, and the remaining 2% is a mixture of minerals, salts, hormones, and enzymes.
Yep. Got a problem there?
I think that other 1% is like miracle.
That's it.
It's made of Only urea, the substance after which urine is named, can be poisonous when present in very large amounts in the blood. So nothing else can be poisonous. Okay, I'm going to go out on that one and say bullshit. However, this is irrelevant in the practice of drinking urine, so don't worry, as urine is not immediately put back in the bloodstream. Okay, champ.
Is there a problem if you keep circling it round though? Like if the
hell yes.
yeah, like I think a once off
100 per 50 per million percent.
is going to be a little bit different from not drinking anything else and just gradually it becomes more ruddy and more.
Concentrating it like nuts.
Oh.
Yeah, not good. Really, 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 and could I mention really not good. In the small amounts urea gets back into the body, it is purifying. Clears up excess mucus and has a number of specific, very useful effects, which will be discussed later in this
mucus?
book. What's mucus?
No,
If you've got excess,
which bit?
Maybe we're back to dropsy.
Are they snorting the?
you got a runny nose, then
Drink urine.
nose gets some
Look,
in your
it's
nose.
obvious when you say it out loud. You got the snots, drink pee. You're like, oh, you're right. You're right. What? Oh, I feel so stupid now. Furthermore, urine is entirely sterile after secretion and has an antiseptic effect. We're going to get onto that a bit later. The sterility thing. We are talking here about urine from the point of view of somebody who follows a reasonably healthy diet, one who does not use drugs or allopathic medicines, aka all modern stuff.
Oh, okay.
So again, we're talking, urine's really good for you if everything you do is already good for you,
Plus also
including
some-
not using
usual?
medicines.
Yep.
Urine therapy is a method based on the principle of, in inverted commas, natural cycles. As long as we do not interfere chemically with the body's natural cycle, the body produces urine which is perfectly suitable for recycling. Okay, bullshit, because if you keep doing it, as we just discussed, it will get concentrated to the point of being wildly poisonous.
Do people have a good argument for why we are also not eating shit?
No, but I would love to hear that. If you want to get online and look
All
at
of
that
their
now,
arguments seem.
why don't eat poo?
I guarantee they have got very hard lines against those shit eaters. Oh my god, they're so insane.
Freaks.
Oh,
Freaks, a lot
what
of
the
them.
hell? What the
Natural
hell?
immortality poo, right? Weirdos over there.
There ain't no fountain in your poo. No
Idiot. Have you ever
brown
tried the fountain poo? Not easy. We, though, boom. It's natural fountain. Nature's fountain. God's fountain. If you ingest a great deal of chemical substances, and these days all kinds of processed foods contain such substances, part of this will end up in the urine, in which case the composition of the urine changes. Normally, however, urine is a healthy substance which contains healthy, harmless components. Yeah, bullshit. I'm not going to read the whole book, but I have to go back to the first sip. Because
Your first sip, its first sip.
this is like chapter 4.
Everyone remembers their
the
first
I
sip.
know, you never forget your first time.
Oh god.
But I prefer I did. Before you decide to drink your first glass of urine, it's a long before. Any number
I'd
of
love
things.
to always be before.
Yeah, I'm going to stay pre-P. Any number of things can pass through your mind. This is not untrue. So far, he's got me entirely on point. We are all familiar with the taboo surrounding pee. Pee in inverted commas. He's trying to, talk like the kids talk, which are often more deeply rooted than we think. No, it's not more deeply rooted than I think. I know they're deeply rooted.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I can't pee in the ocean. Like, I try, right? I'm in the ocean. I'm like, I want to do a pee, but it's like, but I'm wearing pants.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I can't pee in the ocean.
You're so weird.
I should be able to. I hate myself. I might as well drink my pee.
Like the ocean is asking for
I
it.
agree.
Like there's a big sign at the door that says, look.
Whittle here. I was at the beach a couple of weeks ago and I'm in the water going, I really need to go to the bathroom. Surely this could be my day.
Mind you, I had a friend once. Oh my God. We were at the beach and we went for a swim. And obviously people, when they're in the water, a lot of people do.
9/10 of a pee.
He get out of the water. We're all out of the water and we're chatting later. And then there's just running down his leg. And I'm like, what are you doing?
There's a whole ocean behind you, dude. Now?
We're not friends anymore.
We got to get him on. Follow-up episode. So, standing around talking to people while you're pissing down your leg, eh? Even though you may fully acknowledge that drinking urine might be good for your health, and I don't, perhaps you cannot bring yourself to take that first sip. That's true. Do not force yourself into anything.
This
See?
sounds close
nice.
to a BuzzFeed quiz.
Oh, yeah. Well, why not? You can turn it into one.
Nine
not
emotions
force
you feel
yourself.
before you drink your own wee.
Yeah, and all of them are discussed. Do not force yourself into anything. Be kind to yourself and give your body and feelings time to adjust to the idea and the practice.
It's just like you have the glass of wee, but sit closer to it for a while and just
Sleep with a jar of pee near your
move
head
closer.
for a week.
Yeah.
Warm it, cool it, play with it. Like make it normal. Run it through your fingers, maybe decorate it, add some things, make it normal. While applying urine therapy, listen closely to your body and feelings. How many people do you know who have drunk enough urine to know what it tastes like?
Zero.
Also,
I so hope it's 0.
yeah, let's ask. Quick listener poll
Listener, if you can set up an anonymous Twitter account.
to dob in your friends.
Or just dob in your friends. Do
Tell us
it
how
on
many
legit.
people you know. But this is a great argument. How many people do you know who've drunk it enough to know what it tastes like? Probably not too many. Then it goes on. Those people who drink it regularly say their own urine. No, sorry. Those who regularly drink their own urine say it. Now, the next page was missing.
Someone ripped it out. They're like, this is the secret.
No, I'll be honest, I got like a free PDF online. I couldn't order the book in time, otherwise I would have. And I'm like, those people, those who regularly drink their own urine say it. 46, page 48. I'm like, we'll never know.
Tastes like mangoes.
That doesn't even say taste. Those
Surprisingly like mangoes.
I know.
More like mangoes than you
mangoes.
thought.
It's like having a mango in your mouth. I love that it was missing though. I was like, I just trolled myself. I didn't even know I was going to do it. So it does the guy and say, why are people so grossed out? Beatrice Barnett presents us with some points to think about as far as aversion to urine is concerned. These are dumb points. I'm just spoiler alert. Throughout the civilized world, blood and blood products are used in the medical world without evoking repugnance associated with urine. True.
Yes.
I'm not spouting out, like...
No. Yeah, no.
And you
use
don't
your
go,
words. It's okay.
you don't go drinking blood, and you don't go
No. Recommending drinking blood.
start every morning with a cup of your own blood.
Cup my own blood. The morning blood's the best blood. We often use pre-packed cells, plasma, white blood cells, and countless other blood components. Again, true. Urine is nothing other than a blood product. No, urine's a urine product. If she means they both come out of the body, she's right.
She is there.
She did not say that, though. We see babies being breastfed, and we are not filled with repugnance.
Okay, all right.
We drink cow's milk and eat cheese from cows, goats, and other animals without a second thought.
Bodies produce a lot of things which aren't.
Doesn't mean you should eat them all.
Earwax.
Yeah.
Fingernails. Are there any fingernail advocates?
Oh, God, I hope so. Hair eaters. Let me finish. I just got a bag of hair. I just want to finish it. We eat dairy products in the form of blue cheese, moulded, or as sour drinks such as yogurt and buttermilk, not to mention all the other bizarre things which are considered to be delicacies.
Oh, my God, things are strange.
Sure, these things are delicacies.
Yeah.
I'm not rubbing them into my skin.
No. Or
to
your
help.
eyes. Yet we cannot imagine drinking urine. Yes, she's not wrong. All these things are true. We do these things. As already discussed, fresh urine simply contains the same substances as those found in blood. No, it doesn't, Beatrice. I don't know if she's listening. What at one moment can be excreted as your urine was part of your blood just minutes before and flowed elsewhere through your body, possibly through your tongue.
God, I hope you get people replying to this
Fact check.
episode
So do I.
very,
So do
very
I.
angry at
So
how they've
do
been
I.
represented.
Bring it on, you angry piss drinkers. I'm ready.
No.
Or happy piss drinkers.
In the spirit of holding out a hand, I would love to have a chat.
Yeah, so would I. But not a fight. No, I'd have a fight too.
Well, no, because they're going to be stronger and agile.
That's true, and their skin will just be perfect. If it is not poisonous or repugnant while in the blood, why is it so suddenly repulsive as urine?
It's a mystery. It's a mystery.
What a line of reasoning. So the last bit from this book I just want to help you with, a few tips. After a meal, wait for at least an hour before drinking any urine, just like don't go in after swimming after a meal. Wait for an hour before drinking a piss or going for a swim.
It freshens up or gets the nutrients in it? Or?
I don't know. They don't tell you why. No, another point. A high level of hormonal discharge takes place at night when the body completely relaxes and restores itself. Morning urine is therefore the most rich in vital substances. No extra diet restrictions apply if you drink 1 glass of morning urine per day, but a diet low in salt and especially animal protein is preferable, and it will assure that your urine tastes and smells milder. Now, look, that's not a bad thing. I'd rather it tasted and smelled as mild as possible if I was going to choose to
I thought they were
consume it.
advocates for the taste. I thought they said it was great.
Yeah, so they're admitting that it's a difficult, awful thing to do.
Yeah, look, they're pretty open about saying this could confront you.
Oh, your body's going to hate it. You're going to retch at the thought of it. But hear me out.
If you drink your urine several times a day, a diet low in protein and salt is essential. A lot of fresh fruit and vegetables are recommended, except, of course, when you are fasting on just urine and water. Yeah, duh.
That happens, obviously.
I would never eat a lot when I'm fasting on just urine and water. And that method will be discussed later in the influence of food.
Be healthy otherwise.
Yeah.
Eat a lot of vegetables,
Yeah.
and then we'll just claim the benefits are all about the wee drinking.
So this book is like a few hundred pages long. There's a lot going on in this book. And it's recent and it's being updated. It's available at Book Depository like today. I looked it up before we started recording. It's out there. And it's getting more popular. So there's a BBC report last year. Kaylee Oakley is a 33-year-old yoga teacher from Newington, Kent. She claims drinking her own urine has given her relief from a number of long-term health issues, including the autoimmune disorder Hashimoto's thyroid disease and chronic pain condition fibromyalgia.
Again, usually this is paired with by my book and my special drugs and follow the Instagram and a whole suite of these people are idiots.
Well, we've got a Twitter photo. Let me just read this before I show you an action shot. I heard that urine, she says, can reset the immune system, promote general good health, and is good for the skin. So I thought I'd give it a go.
What is reset the immune system?
I don't know.
I don't want to reset mine. It's learnt a lot.
Yeah,
exactly.
What a waste.
Go back to square one where you've got no antibodies.
Yeah, that's good for you.
Never seen a flu before.
Yeah.
I suppose if you've got autoimmune system issues, the idea of cleansing it sounds really good until you think it through.
I'm sure the idea of cleansing things always sounds good until
To
you
be
think
clear,
it through.
though, drinking pee does not reset your immune system. You still have a lot of the stuff that's left before.
Yes.
And so she gave it a go. Not only does she drink a jar of fresh wee every day.
Why did it have to be a jar?
Because she's a hipster.
Oh, wait.
Like it couldn't be, it's in a mason jar. It couldn't possibly be in just a glass.
Do you want to see a photo?
Or a tumbler or a protein shake bottle.
There's Kaylee having a little drinky.
Well, there
Out
you
of
go.
a jar?
It certainly is a jar. What's her Twitter account? Yoga is
Yoga
sexy.
is sexy. Unless that's someone tweeting about her. I'm not sure on that.
Oh, okay, that is someone tweeting about her. Okay, I like that it's got P capitalised.
Yeah. Donald Trump style.
The respect.
Isn't it lovely though? It's like it gets the juices flowing, don't you think? And look, Kaylee is glowing. She also uses cotton wool to dab it all over her face, which she claims keeps her skin glowing. Now, I think that's called being shiny. If your face is wet, it does shine, but it doesn't have to be pee. Anyway, Kaylee thinks it's great. She's got what looks like a flat stomach and a huge jar of pee in her hand. So yeah, we can pop this image up now. That's not illegal.
I think we
is
can
it?
definitely retweet that one.
September 2018, Leah Sampson, a 46-year-old woman from Alberta, Canada, told The Sun, the UK Sun newspaper, that drinking her own urine helped her lose half her body weight.
Did the Sun ask?
I don't know. Yes, just hey.
Letter to the editor. Dear editor.
I was fat and I drank my pee. It helped her lose half her body weight. I reckon if I had a jar of piss, I'd lose a fair bit of my body weight just from throwing up.
No.
Lee said that that weighing almost 120 kilos left her desperate for a fix.
Okay, but there are other solutions.
Many.
A fix to the I thought you meant that she was getting the shakes away from the drinking.
I've got to get another hit, man. I'm not going to need to pee for an hour. Can you help me out? Look, I can, Lee. I love it's the same. Like, I'm obsessed with watching these really huge fat people shows. You know, the people, my 600-pound life and stuff.
Yep.
And the number of times they turn up at the surgeon's office, who's going to literally gastric band them and then eventually cut off kilos of flesh if they lose the weight.
See, that to me is quite desperate for a solution, but at least it's an actual solution.
But they say, "I'll do anything," and you're like,
drink your own wee.
Yeah, I don't think that's anything. Surgery's not I'll do anything. So she wanted to lose weight. I love that she was desperate to fix this weight problem, so it led her to wonder whether urine could help. It's the obvious next conclusion.
I was sitting there one day and I banged my head.
Feeling a bit fat, I think I might drink pee. My friend sent me a YouTube video of a link of urine therapy, she said. I stood up in the bathtub, urinated into my hands and drank it. She's a woman of action.
Get a glass. I made a choice straight away.
Yeah.
Also,
I think it's dangerous to jump up in the bath too. People get hurt.
Why is she in the bathtub if she's...
Well, I don't know. I noted immediately that I ingested too much sodium and vowed to begin removing sodium from my diet immediately.
See, that's the problem. I've been eating
so
too much
she's
salt.
all the way back to diagnosis and divining.
Yeah.
She is
got a salty wee.
Here she is with pouring some urine into a shot glass and also brushing her teeth, which she also does with urine.
I don't think the teeth need that. The skin can probably handle a lot. I don't think...
Look, Sam, I just think you're being overly cynical. Have you tried?
I'll accept
have you
that.
tried gargling piddle? A little bit of saffron? But of course,
Help me up.
I know it doesn't look good. It doesn't look inviting when she's got a mouthful
You
of
didn't
it.
mention that she rinses her eyes with it. Now the word rinse really all the way around.
Yeah. I'm guessing
It's
she
in there?
really holds them open and makes sure that wee gets around.
I'm
It helps you
thinking
lose
about what it
weight.
would do to my contact lenses.
They probably slip off. It might decay them a little. So, of course, the story has to go on with someone who's going to take it to the extreme.
Oh, God.
And the quote is, "Of course you may remember that in June," and I don't, June of last year, this is 2018, "an unnamed woman went viral on Facebook after she posted a video of herself drinking her dog's urine.
Oh, what? No.
In it,
Can we just...
In it, she takes her dog for a walk in the park, waits until he has to go, and then collects it.
Who's filming?
That wasn't me. Probably just someone from The Sun. Collects it in his wee in a cup. Then on camera, she drinks it.
hang on, she chose the camera, or is this like a surreptitious, someone is
I
shocked?
I don't know. I mean, apparently we'd all remember that. It went viral on Facebook. You're on the Facebook. I mean, it was over a year
not
ago.
that on Facebook.
No, there's a line. And the quote, "Until I first drank my dog's pee," which is a great way to start any quote.
The before years.
Yeah, but there's anything you could say after that, really. Until I was depressed, I was sad, and I had bad acne. The woman says after finishing it to the last drop.
Well, you might as well finish to the last drop.
I don't know what was after.
Who's going to drink half a glass and just leave it there?
Before I drank my dog's pee, I was depressed, I was sad, and I had bad acne. And what I think it goes on to say is afterwards I became a homicidal maniac and my limbs fell off.
Afterwards, nothing compared to the
No.
deep shame I experienced.
And self-loathing. I left all social media and no one's seen her since. So, dog piss.
She's bringing a cup with her to catch it while she goes.
I mean, that's weird enough. If you're walking through a park and there's someone under the dog...
What about your dog screams health?
I don't know.
I can sort of see where people are going in that, like, human
With their
produced
own,
liquids or what, it's like it's fine, it's natural.
Yeah.
I'm doing some recycling here.
It's good for the planet.
Your own dog?
Yeah, or anyone's dog. I mean,
Anyone's dog.
I don't think dog ownership's the issue here.
Dogs eat a lot of protein.
Sure. Yeah. But, they like
Dogs
veg
eat
too.
grass.
Poo. Oh, that's not a wives' tale. I've watched that. And
I don't doubt that.
Please stop doing that.
I love it. Don't say please to me.
It's freaking delicious. So what does science say about urophagia?
Good way.
I read an article. Yeah, we got to science. I told you we'd get to science. I read an article from the American Journal of Nephrology on the medical uses of urine from 1999. The guy's from Austria. He's from the Uni of Vienna. And there's a couple of quotes here. I'm confused by this guy. Oral intake of freshly voided morning urine has been recommended for many diseases such as viral or bacterial infections. Symptoms reported during the first days of oral intake of urine include nausea, vomiting, headache, palpitations, diarrhea, or fever.
It's giving me a headache.
Yeah, that's what worries me most. Not the chundering, fever, and diarrhea.
Yeah, but I get those.
That's his normal day.
I don't know. No, but I mean, I understand why nausea is there.
Yes, me too.
I'm surprised
on the team.
at it giving you a headache.
I'm assuming it's because they become immediately so enthralled that they stop drinking water.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
They're just
Stop drinking
extremely
water.
dehydrated.
I've never seen anyone recommend that. Several substances in the urine are believed to be important for oral intake, such as urea, uric acid, cytokines, hormones, or urokinase. Local urine therapies include embrocations, which is basically liquid you rub on yourself, compresses for local tumours, whole body bath, good God.
Whole body bath. You're gonna need the neighbourhood for that one.
Fellas. God, along the way I didn't talk about this, but reading people doing tests on pregnancy, trying to test pregnancy stuff, and they needed to test their processes, and they needed a lot of urine, and they ended up sourcing litres of the shit from a local nunnery. So you can imagine going up to the nunnery and getting your 20 litres of urine every week to do your science.
See, they're selling it.
Damn right they are.
They're smart.
I don't doubt it.
The nuns aren't dumb. They've got real jobs. They've got to make money somehow. Whole body bath, foot bath in the urine, use of urine as eye drops, ear drops, or nose drops, and the use of urine for wound cleaning.
Drops.
Yeah, don't be outrageous. A little bit.
Like decanting it into a...
You got to be subtle with that shit, you pig. He goes on to scroll through heaps of urine consumption practices. Like, it's a quite short article, but it's chock full of them. And he seems to be kind of benignly, if not favourably disposed. It's a little hard to tell.
He's documenting here, isn't he? He's not.
Sort of, yeah.
People are using it for this. I'm not here to judge.
Yeah, it's just like this happens. So he kind of say things like, some people with daily oral intake of urine also believe that urine contains natural antibodies and inhibitors against HIV in AIDS patients. Full stop. In the absence, this is a good quote. In the absence of any symptoms and diseases, the daily oral intake of one's freshly voided urine should prevent several diseases, such as certain viral infections.
Oh, really?
What?
Well, there you go.
In the absence of anything, it could blah.
It should.
The theory behind this therapeutic concept is that shortly after an unrecognised infection during the incubation period, undetermined but specific defending substances may be produced and would, at least in part, be excreted via the urine. Milder courses of the disease can be expected, according to this theory, due to re-ingestion of defending substances present in the urine. I think that means it's like vaccination, but I don't know if I found that.
Or is it you're fighting off a disease, and some of your disease fighting off stuff goes out your wee,
Yeah.
but you're recycling it, so you're bringing it back.
And that's good, apparently.
New troops can't escape. You've got to get back into the body.
Yeah, maybe. I found it all very confusing. And the end is great. I love the abrupt ending. A clear-cut conclusion for the oral intake of urine comes from the fact that every fetus drinks urine in the amniotic fluid during pregnancy, therefore it cannot do any harm. That's just how the article ends. This is a science article, American Journal of Nephrology, 20 years ago now. Other science in general, urination is one way our body gets rid of toxic byproducts, they say. This is more recent. It's a common belief that urine is sterile, which it would be, but that depends on the cleanliness of your renal tract.
Great.
So in your
I assume that's in the advice in the Golden Fountain is to clean yourself a little bit.
You got to basically get in there with a pipe cleaner and go right up to the bladder.
Yeah.
Because, so it in itself is sterile, except everything it touches probably isn't. On the way out, even better yet, once it's
Beautiful.
out. So once it leaves the body, and as it leaves, it can get bacteria and all kinds of crap. There's no evidence, according to doctors more recently, at all that ingesting such substances has any health benefits. Drinking a small amount of urine is unlikely to be hazardous to your health, but there's not enough modern evidence as to its efficacy to suggest that it's drinking it is healthy.
I feel this is a sad indictment on our modern medical research industry that this hasn't been properly examined.
It'd have to be pretty good for me to start.
Start drinking? Yeah, I'd need the immortality chapter would have to be very convincing.
I think I'd also need some advice from some legit scientists, not just people writing books on Instagram.
And nutritionists and dietitians are coming out against it.
Yeah, I don't want to be first. I don't want to be the early adopter on this.
And the concentration issue is the same.
Mind you, I really do feel I could also be the last adopter. Like if everyone else has taken up drinking their own wee, I'm sort of emperor's new clothes here. I'm like, what's going on?
How dumb would you feel? We're all sitting around at a meeting at work,
drinking our own wee.
We unscrew our jars, 10 of us and you.
And I'm like, no,
I'm
not
going to
doing
have
it.
water. Because that's good for you.
Listen, his pee's clear.
Are there any workplaces? There must be workplaces where everyone sits around drinking that.
How good's that? I really want to go to one of those. What are you all doing? Why are you unscrewing? What's the smell?
How do we bring in the new guy? There's a new guy every time there's a new guy.
Listen, the pay's really good.
Darren, just your social media use is great. You're doing some great stuff on Photoshop there. But one other thing, we've noticed you're not drinking your own wee. Like
we don't want to make a big deal. We don't want to weird you out.
Just we've noticed. So people are
just saying. Not a drop of urine has passed your lips since you've been here.
So we know the first sip is a little tricky, but
we're worried. If you make it easy, you could try one of ours first. Because I know pissing in jars and bowls can be.
I've already got some here.
Yep,
it's right here.
It's warm.
You don't need to go and do it.
It's warm.
It's just an hour ago.
Proves it's fresh. Stick your finger in. Why don't you just taste it on the tip of your finger? But there's other stuff. Moving away from drinking. I mean, urine has over years been used for softening leather, which is great. So the Romans used it a lot. You can fashion a makeshift gas mask.
Oh, good.
By apparently World War II soldiers would sometimes piss on clothing or bits of cloth and put over their faces. You can cool your machine gun.
If your machine gun's
That's what
getting
they
that hot.
say they're doing.
What are you doing? I'm cooling the machine gun.
Were any military medals, like the Victoria Cross or anything, given out for someone whose machine gun was
running up and down the line of machine guns,
dangerously overheating?
This guy.
He kept them all cool.
44 machine guns. This early Vickers World War I machine guns needed a, quote, water jacket to keep them cool to operate continuously. And so when you ran out of water, soldiers would basically piss on the guns. You can fuel generators. A bunch of teenage girls in Nigeria have created an electric generator. And it runs using urine for fuel. 1 litre of urine, 6 hours of electricity.
Hey, that's not bad.
See, it's not all about eating it and weird.
Okay, look, I'll take that.
And we get to my last two favourites. Urine socks to generate power.
Urine socks.
Oh, hell yeah. 2015, UK researchers developed a pair of socks embedded with microbial fuel cells, MFCs, and fueled with urine pumped by the wearer's footsteps. They're cool looking. I don't have a picture here, but they're funny. The device is the
Seems
first
quite
self-sufficient. Yeah, it would be. This is part of the problem. I think the marketing is going to be tricky. It's apparently at the time the first self-sufficient microbial fuel cell system powered by the wearable generator. So it offers a way to convert natural human waste into a practical power source.
I know that we need to change our fuel sources with climate change.
Piddle socks?
I don't know if it's worth it. Like I'm not down with the...
No. You're underestimating its abilities. It currently can generate a Wi-Fi signal. Not drive a car. Wi-Fi signal.
To your wee socks. I'm not really sure about this invention. I don't know why.
My mind boggles with, no, the signal's a bit bad. Hang on, let me walk around.
I just wee in my shoes and...
You got to have the pump. It's kind of like, Dune still suits, only way grosser and far less useful.
Dune, they're on a planet with no water, so
literally no water. Finally, my favourite thing on this, lying.
Lying?
Do you want to be a better liar?
Do I have to?
Yep.
I don't want to be a better liar.
Sometimes you might need to be, man, even if it's little white lies or, to get the job. I mean, you lied into this job and that worked fine. So researchers at California State Uni had 22 students fill out questionnaires about their stances on moral and social issues. Then they were broken into two groups. One half of the volunteers were asked to drink 700 mils of water. Now, as an aside,
no.
The average human bladder holds between 3 and 500 mils. Regardless of the size of the human, it's apparently quite adult. 3 to 500 mils. So they're asked to drink 700. And the other mob were asked, the other half drank 50 mils.
Okay.
Or in American, who the fuck knows? It's metric. You'll get there one day. Then they were told this was unrelated to the study, just drink the liquids. They didn't see each other who drank what. 45 minutes later, so just time to get that really...
You're starting to get a bit busting.
A little bit. Participants were asked to lie about the beliefs they stated earlier, moral and social issues. And a third party watched them to see how convincing they were. And the people who drank more water were judged to be overwhelmingly more convincing.
So when you're busting, you're more convincing as a liar.
You'll just lie to get out of it?
No, well, they call it...
Make it finish quicker?
It's called the inhibitory spillover effect. I've got a bit of spillover. So basically, researchers think that if you're full up, it leads you to focus more on not only on bladder control but other forms of impulse control, because apparently they're all in the same part of the brain,
so you're just
but we see them differently.
You become Yoda.
You're just in control mode in general. Yeah, so that's the
always,
spillover.
I always remember David Cameron, massively failed politician, obviously.
Noted failure.
Yeah, noted worst prime minister England has had in a very long time.
Yeah,
but he always made sure that he was busting before he did a major speech.
Yeah.
To help him be more convincing.
Yeah, and it seems to have been borne out by at least one study.
I don't want to do that.
No, neither do I. But I'm going to close on an endorsement from the Golden Fountain. The chapter at the end with endorsements is extremely long, and there are a lot of people claiming cancer, AIDS, HIV in it. And it was mid-90s, so we weren't, popping a pill and so forth. This has nothing to do with that, though. This is Miss LT from the Netherlands. In the initial phase of drinking weed, perhaps the most remarkable effect of urine was on my moods. Drinking my own urine helped me break down barriers I never thought I could. And gave me a delightful feeling of inner freedom. It was something like, quote, if I can do this, I can do almost anything, like go to Australia or whatever. That feeling of freedom has remained. That feeling of freedom has remained. So Miss LT from the Netherlands, come to Australia. Come and talk to us.
Look, I'm guaranteed. I bet you do feel more free.
Like I said, starting the day with it.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing
gives you a real attitude for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Smash a big social taboo. Sure, you'll feel more free.
Oh, it's fucking horrible. So that's drinking pee. Uses of urine. And you were worried it wouldn't be sciencey, William?
I was. There was a lot of science in that.
There was.
There was a lot of gross as well.
Gross science. Science can be gross.
I just got to say, you haven't convinced me.
No, and I wasn't trying to.
Oh.
Sam's got to bolt off to the bathroom now. I've got to stand
Still
in
on
the
the
bath.
fence.
I'm also not convinced.
No, and look, honestly.
Like I said, the best they had was that it might not cause harm.
Yeah, how good's that? No, but the spiritual awakening, breaking down of barriers. You could even go to Australia. That's how free you could feel.
I don't mind feeling more free, but there's other ways to feel
more free. Drink your pee.
It's not the best way.
No, I really don't think it is. I think some other ways, and by that I mean 4.5 billion other ways, are probably preferable. But look, I don't mean to urine drink shame. If you're into drinking your wee, I'd love to hear from you.
Yes, listener.
You can contact me offline.
Deeply apologise for laughing at what is obviously a practice.
Serious practice.
Well, it is a practice, and
Will
yes.
deeply apologises.
I don't deeply apologise. I recognise that we are performing the role of most of society and marginalising you. And if you would like to,
they said, it's not causing harm as far as we can tell.
there you go.
I
Sam is a
agree.
bridge builder. So if you would like to reach out and build more bridges with us, we remain open.
If you want to drink your pee, the Wholesome Show salutes you. Just please don't expect us to do it with you or at all.
We do salute you somehow.
We salute the piss drinkers, the risk takers, all the
you go.
maniacs out there listening in. All of
Quite
you.
an apple ad.
I know, isn't it?
The Wholesome Show is, well, I'm Will Grant.
I'm drinking a beer generating my new health product.
I'm Sam Bilkins.
There you go. Brought to you, but I'm not sure they want to today, by the Australian National Centre for the Public Awareness of Science. Look, as Sam said, doesn't actively harm. There you go.
But actually, it could.
There's a life lesson for everyone.
It might.
It could.
We'll see you next week, listener.